This is Lake Dora, one of the 7 lakes in the Harris chain of lakes in Lake County in central Florida. According to local legend, it was named by federal surveyors in 1846 after a homesteader named Dora Andrade, who was supposedly kind to them while they were about their task. I say legend since Dora Andrade is listed as having lived in Georgia at the time and didn't show up at Lake Dora until the mid-1880s.
And this is historic outdoor.
The town, meanwhile, was renamed after the lake in 1883, also before Dora got there. But what the heck? That's why legends are fun. Even Wikipedia contradicts itself in telling this one. Oh, it's called Mount Dora because it's on a plateau 184 feet above sea level, which, in flat-as-a-pancake Florida, actually qualifies it as a mountain. This charming town is actually in the National Registry of Historic Locations, not the least of which is this absolutely oozing with charm hostelry, the Lakeside Inn.
The Lakeside Inn here has been in continuous operation since
1883. Wouldn't say this place is too much of a blast to the past, but happy birthday, Calvin Coolidge. Yikes. Inside, the inn has a turn of the 20th century feel that pretty much personifies the whole town and the lake itself. And the lake, well, that's why we're here. We're here to take a boat ride across the lake into a primeval place simply called the Dora Canal. So, look out for alligators and prehistoric creatures on this episode of The Last Wanderer of Mars. Down here at the Lakeside Inn docks, we're about to board the Sea Haven, a 22-passenger all-weather pontoon boat operated by Premier Boat Tours. In a minute we take off on Lake Dora.
Welcome aboard. I'm Captain Dave. That's Captain Paul. We have 2 captains for you today. We heard you're a rowdy bunch of people, so we brought in a second captain to keep you under control. Come on, are y'all awake? Yeah. All right. Kind of quiet. Yeah, it is time to go. So we're going to do a mandatory Coast Guard safety speech. It's not very long, but we're going to do that while we're moving. We'll get you cooled off a little bit and get us caught up on time, too. We're just a few minutes late. Okay, you ready? Yeah. Let's do it. 3-hour tour. Alright, luckily this is only a 2-hour tour, so we're not going to get lost today. It was that 3rd hour that always got them lost, I think.
This 2.5-hour tour of Captain Dave's will take us 6 miles across Lake Dora to our lost world, a narrow, shallow, mile-and-a-quarter-long channel that many call the most beautiful and exotic waterway on the planet. It's simply called the Dora Canal now, and it runs through a spring-fed wetland swamp that connects Lake Dora to the much larger Lake Eustis to the north. But it was originally known as the Elfin River, home to Indians, French, Spanish, and English settlers way back when. It was wild, mysterious, and untamed until parts were dredged and widened in the 1880s. Fortunately for us, however, most of the Dora Canal remained untouched and is still today exactly as it was thousands and thousands, maybe even millions of years ago. A primeval jungle river, a lost world. And this will lead us to that jungle river that we've come here to see. But meanwhile, out here on the lake, generally speaking, there's a great many alligators to be seen. Hopefully we'll spot one on the way. Florida abounds with alligators. There are more than 2 million of them here. In fact, the only state with more wild gators is Louisiana. Find me a lake, a large pond, a river, or even an irrigation canal, and likely as not, you'll find one or more of these prehistoric creatures lurking in it. Now, depending on the source, many scientists consider them direct descendants of the dinosaurs, and some even say they should still be called dinosaurs. Part of the crocodile family, alligators appeared during the Paleocene era 66 million years ago. They can live up to 100 years, stay underwater for hours, run as fast as a human, and the average adult male can grow to nearly 14.5 feet and weigh almost 1,000 pounds. These monsters hunt by lurking, and they have been known to attack dogs, Florida panthers, even bears. Fortunately, we're not on the menu. Generally, alligators shy away from humans. That's why it's illegal to feed them in Florida. Once they get used to being fed, they associate us with food, which means we become food. Of course, alligators aren't the only predators we'll likely see. The Harris Chain of Lakes is also eagle country.
Not just down where the nest is. You're looking for the big white head and the big white tail feather.
Are eagles and many other wild birds descendants of the dinosaurs as well? I wonder. Well, unfortunately, the eagle wasn't home, but this lake isn't without its flying things. It's also a landing destination for seaplanes like this one.
That's not too bad. It's not shallow. 4 years ago, we were lower than that. We struggled through the whole canal back in those days. We had a lot of rain, went back up, and today we're getting quite a bit of rain throughout this year. So on average, about 3 feet through the whole canal. So we're 7 miles out, and takes us to the next place along the chain of Lake Dora, the Lake Eustis. At that point, we were going to turn around and come back. And there is our train tussle coming into view. We're going to keep an eye out for all the wildlife that we may see on the canal today to our most popular alligators.
When anticipation runs this high, my imagination runs wild. Although I don't know exactly what we will see, this is what I'd like to see in our lost world. But we're under the trestle now, so let's see exactly what lurks in the jungle ahead. This miniature lighthouse at the mouth of the jungle signals the beginning of our lost world.
That's Osprey talking. Now we're still in the hand-dug portion of the canal for another 100 yards. Back in the day, the population really exploded here about 1867 because of these waterways. Get the St. John's River, City of Jacksonville, Atlantic Ocean. Well, because the steamboats finally made it here in 1867, the population increased because you could travel further and faster.
Oh, yeah.
It's an hinge at the top of the tree as we go under. So the steamboats ruled till about 1880. That is when the trains made it.
If you can take your sunglasses
behind
off, if you can take your sunglasses off, you'll see them a lot better. In the meantime, I'm going to help you by pointing to them with my laser light. That's a limpkin. It's a beautiful, large brown and white bird, a limpkin, L-I-M-P-K-I-N.
You pick a great day to come out. It happens to be weekdays. Boat traffic. You can imagine on the weekend there is an uptick in boat traffic out here.
Well, look how beautiful when there's no other boats in sight. You're looking at this river the way it looked a couple thousand years ago. It hasn't really changed all that much.
Banana palms on the right are called apple bananas. They are small. They'll fit in your hand. Otherwise, they are identical in color and taste of our apple bananas. Theater Inlet fell in disrepair about 8 years ago, and they started cleaning everything up out here. Put it back on the market for sale. I think a little under $2 million will get you everything out here, right next to the highway. All right, banana palms, once again, are apple banana palms. The plant with the white flowers is water hemlock, found along waters, lakes, to wetland plants. Water hemlock in the tree, philodendron, that large vine, and then a rubber tree plant. This is a large one. There's an alligator in front of us in the water.
Oh yeah, there is.
Finally, what we've come to see. Well, this little devil isn't very big. At best a juvenile, probably a baby.
Feet are up in front of us, folks. You can go up front and take a look.
Oh, I see him. Now I see
Water in
him.
front of the boat.
Yeah, now I see him.
Go ahead up there. It's not good.
He certainly doesn't seem much concerned about us, though.
Go up, go.
Yes, he is. We can actually bring him to the front of the boat. We have a technique tested over many years. It requires two elements: trust and red toenail polish. And have a reverse direction come like that.
Trust and red toenail polish? Right. Get your mama to dangle her toes.
Alice completed. Coming up on the right side, we're going to get real close to this one. There was one on the log right there.
Right there.
Let's put the left, right, there's one on the log.
He is a little hard to see, but there is another gator sunning on that log.
Just below my green light.
Oh, just ahead.
Just ahead the eyes.
These are very strong.
Just below my green light, right in the water. You can see one eye looking at you. He's looking to the right, so you're looking at his right eye. Below my light.
Look at
I'm not going to put my light on his face.
eye is right sticking out of the water.
This time of year,
It does make you wonder just how many more there are, hidden out there in the jungle, blinking through eyes just inches above the surface of this murky water, watching, waiting. When this guy showed up on his paddleboard with his faithful poocher sitting near the nose, Captain Dave wryly commented, "Oh look, he brought bait." And there, on that branch, once again hard to see, is a turtle enjoying some morning sunshine.
Good size one too.
Just look how casually this big guy has curled himself down into the water. No worries here, mate. This dino is definitely not sore. But now we're back into civilization as this retirement village at Jungle's Edge comes into view. In a way, it's part of our lost world, isn't it? Brimming with dinosaurs, depending on your definition. And definitely stuck in the past. But here's the train trestle again, our gateway back into the 21st century.
Alright, and that's it for the Dora Canal. A little bit of what Florida looked like way back when, including an alligator. Very cool. Even let me ride the boat. Good time.
so thank you for that. Thanks again for sailing with us, everyone. Have a great afternoon. Thank you. Appreciate that. That's fine, ma'am. I only need one person, and I'm happy.
Any history about the Purple House?
Yeah, they painted it purple when Barney the dinosaur moved in there to retire. Oh, okay, I don't know.
Well, that was our tour through the Lost World, the Dora Canal. Thanks to Premier Boat Tours and to Captain Dave and Captain Paul for a good time aboard. Mount Dora is a special place to me. First of all, it's the first place I stayed when I came here from California in 2004. Lake Dora is also the first place I ever saw a live alligator. Now, the Lost World, of course, is a primeval forest, but I kind of wanted something a little more prehistoric for this production, so it contains many scenes from the 1925 production of The Lost World. Our frightened girl, that's Bessie Love. She was a silent film star who made a big impact, actually did the crossover into talkies, was nominated for an Academy Award twice, and was still making films in 1986, her last film being The Hunger. Now, The Lost World was the very first adaptation of the novel by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, who was actually so impressed with the special effects on this one, he took a demo reel of just the dinosaurs fighting around to his clubs and other people to tell them that he'd actually found the Lost World, and since no one had ever seen anything like that, they had no idea where that footage came from. In fact, Arthur Conan Doyle himself was so impressed with the production that in one copy at least, he actually appears at the beginning to introduce the film. The dinosaurs that had so impressed Sir Arthur's friends were designed and animated by Willis O'Brien, who would improve his stop animation technique and return in 1933 to stun the world with King Kong. He would also become mentor to a young Ray Harryhausen, who would become the master of the stop animation technique and become the inspiration to animators, even digital ones, to this day. The Lost World itself, the film, is currently in the public domain, as is most of the works of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. You can actually legally download it. A good download site for The Lost World is wikipedia.com. So thanks for coming along this time. If you liked what you saw, please share it with all of your friends, and do subscribe to The Last Wanderer of Mars so that we can keep producing more shows like this. See you next time on The Last Wanderer of Mars.
Break down the awkwardness, put on my boots and a lily white dress. A million words, but how to express what I'm feeling when I see you. You flash a smile, I'm like, is this happening? I look your way and then of course drop everything. You walk over and ask if I'm alright. Hey, whatever it takes to break the ice. Don't walk away, there's more to say. I just need the courage to let you know what's on my mind. Like every time you pass by, something just feels right. Not apathy, it's energy locked up that's ready to scream and shout. I won't make the same mistake twice. Ready to shake up and break the ice. Maybe a joke first, maybe a pickup line, but either one of those is just a waste of time. I need a better way, I need some inspiration, something that better explains all my motivation. To meet you, know you, and be on your mind. I have to, but how do I put this right? Don't overcomplicate, just say